All right, Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praise, glory, and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rachahak, Wadash, double honor to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings to the 144,000, the hopeful elect. Shalom, Barakathum. This is going to be a quick lesson update on what we call the migrant issue. All right. And I have a headline article here. It says Kamala Harris vows to abolish ICE, flood illegals into America. Now, this woman, Kamala Harris, which is a demon that's jumped on people now to just support her because of her skin tone, who could care less. Not only could this woman care less about you, I really think she's a psycho, man. There's certain people you can just tell have demons on them, man. They're really wicked individuals, man. You know, even among Esau, you know, there's levels to it. You know, they're all of the lineage of Satan, but Kamala Harris in particular, she is wicked, man. Go look up some of the stuff that she did, man. Okay, she ended up costing the state of California like $13 million for a wrongful conviction that she knew was wrong. All right, because she didn't want to look bad. She didn't want her record, so she persecuted somebody anyway. You know, and these were Jakes, disproportionately, of course. All right, and now she's saying she's going to abolish ICE, flood illegals into America, and this is part of the plan. I wanted to get this in Jeremiah the 50th or 51st chapter about those caterpillars, okay, that America's going to be filled up with. All right, because the elder did the lesson yesterday about how Venezuelan migrants are taking over neighborhoods and apartment complexes, man. All right, this place has already been invaded and spoiled. Now, if you're asleep, which I'll get a precept on that, then guess what? It's going to be a very, very bad way to go out. All right, because the worst punches are the ones you don't see coming, and you people have just fallen asleep. Even people that call themselves Israelites, okay, that know the prophecies, but what? They're in the spirit of sleep, of slumber. Okay. Let me go. Let me see. Let me find it real quick. Okay. Jeremiah 51. And 12, it says, set up the standard upon the walls of Babylon. All right. Make the watch strong. All right. Now, let me get this word standard here. Okay. Let me get this word. Okay, Nasa, or Nas or Nasa, something lifted up, standard, a signal pole, ensign, banner, sign. All right, and that's what we are. Okay, we're the standard, and not only are we just a sign, but we're an example of how you should be moving in this society, man. All right, this is why there are strict requirements to get in the camp of Great Millstone. All right, and you're not just going to get in because you believe Deuteronomy 28. All right, and here go a garment and some starter kit, precepts. All right, no, there's a standard here of how you have to live your life, how you have to move. You have to be consistent. You have to be diligent. Why? Because that's what watchmen are made. You don't want a watchman on the wall that's iffy, that's wishy-washy. You know, he's sometiming. All right, he's sickly. He's always got an excuse. You need a man that can stand in there when it's snowing. All right, because the enemy might just plot to come in when it's snowing, knowing if you got weak watchers. All right, and that's what we are. We're in that lot. All right, Lord willing, our sacrifice is accepted. It says, set up the standard up on the walls of Babylon, make the watch strong, set up the watchman, prepare the ambushes. All right, because ambushes are already prepared here. That ambush is what? Kamala Harris right here. Vows to abolish ICE, flood illegals into America. Now, why is she doing that? Because it's become apparent ever since really 2020 and that whole debacle, and slowly over the course of the past 4 years, what you realize now is that America is a giant pump and dump. I'll keep saying that. On the stock market, what is a pump and dump? It's when somebody has a lot of charisma and gets a lot of speculative value to a stock that the company that stock represents doesn't really have it. But the person pumping it up knows he doesn't have it, but he's getting everybody else to buy the stock, and the price goes up and the price goes up. All right, and then when people finally realize this company can't deliver on what it's promised, because people have a tendency to buy the stock early, all right, before they see the actual results, in hopes of them delivering on those results and they getting a return. All right, and that's what Esau's done. He's pumped America up. He's pumped up the cost of living. He's pumped up the standard of living. All right. But what he's not telling you, that America doesn't make anything anymore. All of the manufacturing is gone. Okay, your military strength has waned. Not only has it waned, but it's also been exported primarily overseas, because Esau's in every damn nation. Okay, and so America really isn't worth the value that it really that it's purported to have. Okay, it's been pumped up, and over since 2020, Biden and Trump and everybody else, they've been figuring out a way to print more. They printed more money in 2020 to now than the entirety of America history before that. So that's how you know we're at the end. They're overinflating the money and the numbers here, because they're getting ready to dump. And what are they going to do when they dump? The elites are going to get these bunkers. They won't be stateside. You're going to have niggas like Rick Ross going to have a bunker here in America. But America's going to be, it's going to be a hellscape here, man. Everything's going to be siloed in these cities. Read 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter. Okay? You saw that movie Civil War. That's a good snapshot of how it's going to be out here. You think the elites are going to be driving on an interstate, I-95 somewhere, man? No. Hell no. They're going to be out. They've already announced that they want India and China to be the new staging ground for growth. And so what's going to happen is America, they're so used to buying everything on credit and getting everything, made for you and shipped here. You just work these office jobs to you're going to be the one over here making Nikes in the sweatshop. Okay, that's what's getting ready to happen. That's what Esau's getting ready to do, the flip. Okay, but he's gotten everybody to buy in here. Okay, and these nations, they're going to go to war over that, man. They're not trying to lose that money. All right, and that's why these migrants are coming here, because this place is getting ready to be spoiled, man. All right, let me go back to the precept, Jeremiah 51. All right, and 12 again. Set up the standard upon the walls of Babylon, make the watch strong, set up the watchmen, prepare the ambushes, for the Lord Yahweh hath both devised and done that which he spake against the inhabitants of Babylon. So it's already been devised. Everybody's judgment, it's already been carved out, man. Your path, how you're going to be destroyed, it's already written. And to a wise man, a prudent man, that's going to scare you, man. That's going to put the fear in you, like, well, how do I make sure that I'm acceptable in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, that I might get mercy? Okay, because you're not in control of what's going on. All right, we can tell you what's getting ready to happen, but we can't tell you every single detail. We can't tell you the exact time. We can't tell you where I'm gonna be, where that brother's gonna be. All right, there are things that you're just gonna not know, and it's gonna require faith. Okay, it's gonna require an understanding of what's happening. Okay, that's what's gonna stabilize us. All right, as we deal with this. All right, as a matter of fact, I'll get that in Isaiah 33 while I'm thinking about it. Okay, these things are important, because these people are getting ready to bug out. All right, Isaiah 33 verse 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord Yahweh is his treasure. Okay, so fear, that's what's going to keep us in this, man. The men that fear the Lord, that did it early, because see, there's going to be plenty of people that's going to fear, but it's going to be a late fear. Okay, because see, they didn't really fear the Most High himself. They fear the consequences the Most High is going to bring on them. All right. Now, if they were wise, they would have known that you can't escape the consequences anyway. You would have just feared early, man. But these people, they're going to realize something's going to, I speculate, but I believe through the Spirit that when these people, when all hell breaks loose, they're going to know, their conscience is going to be seared. They're going to know that the Lord rejected them, man. And that's what's going to cause them to bug out. They're not going to have a stable mind, all right? They're not going to have a sound mind, okay? They're going to make rash decisions. They're going to do stupid things, all right? And they're going to be so confounded and confused and scatterbrained, all right, that when the charagma, rolls up, it's going to be a no-brainer, common sense to take it, because they have no idea what's going on. They have no idea what's happening, and some are going to know what's going to happen if you take the charagma, but they're not going to have the will or the strength to resist it. They won't bear to be able to see their kids miss a meal. They won't bear to be able to, do violent things, okay, to survive, okay? They can't bear to be out in the wilderness being a pilgrim. Some women, I be seeing them walking these dogs around. They have no clue about what's getting ready to happen, man. They're in these 1-bedroom apartments drinking wine with their dog, watching reality TV, okay? And when this thing descends on them, they gonna take that immediately, man. Okay? And the ones that get caught out, they're gonna be seeking men of the Lord. That's Isaiah 4:1. Anyway, going back to the point, Jeremiah 51:13, O thou that dwellest upon many waters, abundant in treasures, thine end is come, and the measure of thy covetousness. All right? Who is that? Who could that possibly be talking about? Now, we know it's called Babylon, but when you look out at the world, and we know that this is an end-time prophecy, who else could this be speaking about, man? It's clear that America is on its downfall. It's clear that the other nations have really had it with America. They see America as the number one enemy, the number one threat. Okay? So when it says thy end is come, the one that sits on many waters, who else is that, man? All right? And there are men that know this, all right, and they're still not in the spirit of a watchman. They're in the spirit of viewership and subscriptions, all right, and debates and all these other things, all right. It's not going to be an excuse to know, but not do the right thing, all right. It says, verse 14, the Lord Yahweh of hosts hath sworn by himself. That means the Most High sworn on himself, but you can't swear on anything higher than that. All right. And it says, saying, surely I will fill thee with men as with caterpillars, and they shall lift up a shout against thee. All right. So when the Lord says he's going to fill up America, which is what Babylon is, with men, what do you think is getting ready to happen? What do you think Kamala Harris is doing? What do you think these Venezuelans over there, all right, taking over neighborhoods? That they're not counting census. Census is not due till 2030. Okay? And this really all happened rapidly after 2020, because 2020 was the last census. They do it every 10 years, 2020, 2030, 2040. All right? That's when they started, because I believe if you were to do a count right now, all right, I think there's well over 400 million people here. They say it's 360 million the population here, but I think it's way over 400. All right, it could even be 500 million people here, man. All right. And this is done deliberately. Why? Because America is getting spoiled. Okay? Now, watchman, a prudent watchman, he's gonna take notice of these things. You know, you're gonna get your house in order. Okay? It's like hearing the fire alarm before the actual fire starts. Imagine if you can hear a fire alarm before there's any smoke or anything. you would be in good case, man. Just like the Lord, he told Noah early. All right. He's preaching for years out there, and years and years and years. Noah didn't know the exact date and time. But then the Lord came 7 days. The Lord told Noah, look, 7 days. It's coming. So he got a week notice ahead of everybody else, man. Before the flood came, and he got his house and animals and everything into that ark. Okay? And they shut the door on him, man. All right? And if you're of that number of the elect, man, if you're comforted by this thing, if you want America to go down and our rulership to begin, all right, and you're comforted by these things, there's a very good chance the Lord will have mercy on you, man. All right? If you're a so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, or your lineage goes back to Jacob. You can look like anybody, but predominantly, that's who the Israelites look like over here in America, okay? The ones that are at the bottom, all right, that are made a proverb in the Bible, as the scriptures say. All of these different things, okay? That's who's getting ready to be delivered up out of here. But 2/3 of us are going to be destroyed. And I pray I'm not of that number, man. All right? This thing is a fight, okay? It says, verse 15, he hath made the earth by his power. I'm going to go back and read verse 14 again. The Lord Jehovah of hosts hath sworn by himself, saying, surely I will fill thee with men, as with caterpillars, and they shall lift up a shout against thee. He hath made the earth by his power. He hath established the world by his wisdom, and hath stretched out the heaven by his understanding. All right, and it says, when he uttereth his voice, there is a multitude of waters in the heavens, and he causeth the vapors to ascend from the ends of the earth, and maketh lightnings with rain, and bringeth forth the wind out of his treasures. All right, it's going into the power of the Most High. Okay, but that's basically, the main point on that. All right. I want to go to Romans 13 and 11. It says, and that, knowing the time, that now it is high time to wake up out of sleep. All right. You should be paying attention when you see people that don't speak English, that look kind of shifty, a little weird, and you're starting to see you're starting to notice an increase in population. These, if you're locked in, man, you're paying attention to these things. You can notice the countenance and the spirit of people just driving on the road, going through a supermarket, okay, getting gas. All right. I notice it on all of these fronts, talking to various women. You can read their spirit. Women are always the first to know, some nonsense, Or they're the first ones to get scared, when things go down. So when you start seeing women getting shaky like we did back in 2020, you just walk through a Target or a Walmart, they was shook, man. All right? All of a sudden, these hoes making eye contact now. I'm good. Okay, because you're being warned now, but you didn't find a man. All right, you didn't care to, not a righteous one anyway. All right, all of you men that fell out of the truth, that went back into the world, it don't matter if you woke back up, man. You fell asleep, you're not worthy, man. Okay, it don't matter if the watchman is awake when trouble comes. If you've fallen asleep before, you're not qualified to be there. We don't need a man that's going to fall asleep at the wheel. All right? You're unqualified. Lest the Lord have mercy on you. Okay? Now it says, let me go down to 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, and I'll end it here. Okay? It says, I'm gonna start at verse 2. Actually, I'll start at verse 1, and I'll read down to verse 9. First Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 1 through 9. Verse 1, it says, but of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. All right, who is that? He's speaking to a specific audience. This proves that the Thessalonians were not just anybody that's a Thessalonian. It's a specific group of people that were in Thessalonica, man. All right, in that area of Greece. Okay. And it says, for ourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. So there's a group of individuals that already know this. Okay, but then there's even among that group that know this, there's one group out of those that are going to take it seriously enough where what? Fruit is produced. What is fruit? Repenting, turning back to the ways of the Most High, man. Okay, doing the work, being a help at the very least. Okay, having a contrite heart and a spirit, withdrawing yourself out of this place. Okay, removing your spirit out of this place. All right, that group is going to be in good case when all hell breaks loose. It doesn't matter if you know the fact that the day of the Lord is going to come a thief in the night. Look, if you are in the spirit of getting distracted and knowing this, you can still be caught off guard, man. All right. It says, verse 3, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. All right. And that peace and safety demon is on people that know this. All right. Why else are they trying to build? Let's build, family. We're gonna start an Israelite bank. All right. We're gonna be recognized by the United Nations. See, those are people that, and deep down, if they were to admit it to themselves, they feel like there's peace and safety here, man, and there's not. The fire alarm is going off, and if you can't hear it, the Most High didn't want you to get the early warning. Okay. So peace and safety is the spirit a lot of these men are in. All right, and because the men are in that spirit, that causes the women to be in that spirit. See, women follow the lead of men, whether they want to acknowledge it or not. Feminism, all of this, not they all follow men. You can't get around it, man. Women are just not inherent leaders. Okay, so if the men are laxed at ease, then guess what? The women are going to be laxed and at ease, man. We know that there are a lot of women at ease here, man. Okay, there are women that just walk up. A woman will have a negative balance in her bank account, and she's still like, yeah, let's go out to the bar and drink, knowing what? She's going to get in for free. Somebody going to buy her free drinks. You know? That's called living carelessly right there, man. All right? How did that happen? All right? A deep sleep is on these people while America is being spoiled, okay? It says, verse 4, but ye brethren are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief. All right? And being not in darkness, meaning your eyes are open and you're looking, you're in an active spirit of a watchman. Okay? You're in the active spirit of a watchman. It says, ye are all the children of light and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness. So this proves that Paul was not speaking to everybody. Okay? Again, just to hit that point back home again. And we want to be of the children of the light, man. All right? And to know this and then give up the truth. This is why the Lord is not going to have mercy on you men that know this, that knew what's coming. All right? You got the truth and then you gave it back up. You threw it up, man. You had a weak stomach. All right? It says, for they that sleep in the night. All right, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night. Okay. And it says, but let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love for an helmet, and the hope of salvation. But the Most High had not appointed us to wrath. All right. So even though the Lord is hella angry, and we're justified in being destroyed, There's a group, there's a remnant that the Most High did not appoint to wrath. What does that mean? I mean, we're going to escape. We're going to witness people getting judged. All those women that didn't want to give you the time of day, your old bitter baby mama, all right, didn't want to let you see your kids. All of a sudden, she's going to be like, you want to see your kids? You're going to witness a lot of these things happening, man. Family members getting put down, okay? But you are going to be insulated from this wrath, man, because you're not appointed to wrath, all right? Lord willing, you know, we be of that number. And it says, but to obtain salvation by our Lord Yahushua HaMashiach. So that rules out every Old Testament nigga right now. I don't care if you know the name Yahweh, okay? I don't care if you know all of the precepts. If you don't believe in the Messiah, your ass is getting left here, man, okay? A lot of you are under the impression that King David is going to pop back up before the destruction, before America, you know, is destroyed. And that just ain't written. We're going to see King David again, but he's in the spirit world right now, man. All right? There's a whole slew of you, man, that just don't believe. And it don't matter if you know that you're an Israelite. You don't really believe this thing. Okay? You had the sect of the Sadducees in the ancient world. All right? They knew the truth, but they didn't really believe, man. All right? It says, verse 10, who died for us, whether we wake or sleep, we should live together with him. All right? So whether you're in the spirit world now or you're alive and this thing goes down, we're all going to be together and reign together. We're going to get those bodies, you know, pretty much at the same time. All right? It says the dead in Hamashiach will rise first, but the elect are saved right after. When those missiles come and hit, we're going to be beamed up out of here, man. All right? But it's going to be a lot of damage done before that. These caterpillars, these men that America's filled with, they're going to do a lot of damage, man. A lot of people going to die by the sword, by famine. A lot of these highways just going to get cut off. You ain't going to get no supplies, no nothing, man. You know? A lot of areas not even going to have power. All right? So I'll end it there, man. Lord willing, this is edifying. Call halal Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Bahashim Rachahakodah Shalom. Kwam Yasharallah.